Good morning, YouTube. Freddie Cardona here, or good afternoon or good evening, depending on when you're seeing this video. Welcome back to another driving and the news video. We want to thank you again for viewing the driving videos, the news videos. We're here in South Paterson, and right over here to the right you'll see public school number 9. I'm going to start the video in a minute. I want to get it on the 7 o'clock hour so that you get the top headlines for the news. And today is election day, November 8th, 2022, as I sit here on the corner of Gold Avenue and Getty Avenue. We're going to get you at least 10 minutes of the news. As the saying goes, you give me 10 minutes, I'll give you the world through 1010 wins. So yeah, we are here in South Paterson. We got another minute before the news starts, and I just wanted to show everyone my appreciation with your viewing. We know that the news, especially in this day and age, can be very stressful, but it is the news, and our mission is to record history. So hopefully things will get better as I make a left here on Thomas Street. Hopefully things will get better, and we'll see. But for now, let me get you with the news. I know you don't want to hear me yapping. Let's do it.
Jacuzzi Bath Remodel has designed a collection of high-quality custom products and perfected the one-day remodeling experience so you can enjoy your new bathroom faster than ever before. It's a worry-free bath remodel from the most trusted brand name in the business, Jacuzzi. For a virtual or in-home appointment, call 800-826-9895. That's 800-826-9895. 800-826-9895.
At the United States Postal Service, we're here to deliver fast and reliable service to help you get holiday ready. We offer free package pickup and deliver free shipping supplies to your address. So whether you're in Garland, Texas, Rudolph, Wisconsin, or anywhere in between, we're making it easier for you to spread festive cheer this holiday season. USPS, delivering for America. For all your holiday needs, including info about free shipping supplies, free package pickup availability and restrictions, go to USPS.com/holidays.
WINS, WINS-FM in HD1 New York. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
1010 wins AccuWeather on this election day. Mostly sunny and brisk and chilly. The high 56, real feels in the 40s. Clear, a cold one tonight, 39 in the city, freezing in some of the inland suburbs. And then mostly sunny and cool tomorrow, a little less breezy than today with a high of 55. It is 48 now with a real feel of 43. More people get their news from 1010 Wins than from any other radio station in the nation. Sharon Barnes-Waters is our service aide. Eileen LaPalmer is the writer. Jim Maloney at the editor's desk. I'm Susan Richard.
All news, all the time. This is 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM, New York. Good morning, 48 degrees at 7 o'clock Tuesday, November 8th. I'm Lee Harris. Here's what's happening. It is Election Day. Finally, the polls are open. They'll stay open till 9 in New York, till 8 in New Jersey. Amazon wants to turn an old multiplex theater in the Bronx into a major fulfillment center. Some locals think that's great, others don't. Last night's $1.9 billion Powerball drawing has been delayed because one of the participating states couldn't get its sales information in on time. An off-duty detective shot it out with a man in Rosedale, Queens this morning. It doesn't appear either man was hit. Warnings about the dangers of e-bike batteries following that bad fire on the east side over the weekend.
We've had more fatalities this year than the previous 3 years combined.
Sports, the Knicks won, the Nets lost. The Islanders beat the Flames in overtime. 1010 wins AccuWeather. Sunny today, but brisk and chilly. High 56. The real feels in the 40s. What's news time, 7:01. Now it's traffic and transit on the ones from Karen Stewart.
This Cross Island Parkway, northbound accident at Bayside Marina. It seems like they're opening and closing some lanes as people can get by, because right now the delay, really goes back to the Grand Central Parkway more than anything else. We've got northbound Cross Island Parkway delays not only up into Bayside Marina, but trying to get on the westbound Grand Central, which is going to be mostly slow all the way to the Kew Gardens interchange. Your westbound LIE delays to the Cross Island are now backed up to Shelter Rock Road, very heavy. The southern state is building a little bit to 19 for Peninsula Boulevard. Totally not a big deal. And the northern state right now, according to my calculations, is actually in pretty good shape. But it looks like we might have an accident at South Oyster Bay Road, between South Oyster Bay Road and 106, 107. On the northern state going westbound. Let's check the Hudsons. We call it what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. And over at the inbound GW Bridge, Lincoln and Holland, still all 30. Mass transit, we've got delays on the Journal Square to 33rd via Hoboken line, and that's because of essential track maintenance. An alternate side is suspended today for Election Day. We do have the meter rules in effect. Traffic and transit every 10 minutes around the clock. This report is brought to you by your Odyssey Lottery Recap, presented by Jackpocket. Powerball 1.9 billion. Mega Millions is 154 million. Play them on your phone using Jackpocket. Must be 18 or older to play. If you have a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY. I'm Karen Stewart, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
Well, finally, it is Election Day. The polls will stay open till 9 in New York and New Jersey. They'll stay open until 8. In New York, of course, the major focus is on the governor's race, which has turned out to be quite a bit more competitive than many expected at the outset, mostly due to the issue of crime. Governor Hochul and Lee Zeldin have both been talking about it in their final pushes, as Glenn Schuck reports from the Upper East Side this morning. Glenn?
As we head into the final hours of this long campaign, Lee Zeldin still talking about crime and how he's the one to fix it in New York.
The issue that I hear about a lot from New Yorkers is that they care about wanting to be able to feel safer on the streets and on the subways.
Later this morning, Zeldin will have a Get Out the Vote event in Suffolk County on Long Island. For Hochul, she's here at the 2nd Avenue subway talking to riders again, getting out the vote. Polls have her with a slight lead. She says Zeldin has been hyperventilating about crime and scaring people.
We're helping people with severely mental health problems to get them off the trains because they could do harm to themselves or others. So all I'm saying is I understand the fear is out there, but fanning the flames of fear to get people terrified is another story.
Glenn Schuck, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM on the Upper East Side.
No U.S. Senate races in New York State this year, but elsewhere in the country there are several that could determine the control of the Senate, including the race in Pennsylvania.
Democrat John Fetterman at his campaign rally last night outside Pittsburgh, addressing the lingering effects of his stroke.
Sometimes I'm going to miss some words. Sometimes I'm going to mush two words together. But one thing I absolutely will always get right is making sure that we stand for the important things in Washington, D.C.
Fetterman and his Republican challenger, TV's Dr. Roz, are both vying for Pennsylvania's soon-to-be vacant Senate seat. A win for either one of them tips the balance of power. State officials are expecting a close vote this election day that could take several days to sort out. Derek Dennis, ABC News, Pittsburgh.
President Biden was campaigning in Maryland last night, warning Republicans want to outlaw abortion nationwide.
The Republicans gain control of Congress and pass a nationwide ban on abortion, I will veto it.
Polls indicate Republicans will take control at least of the House, and there may not be much respite from campaigning. Former President Trump, speaking in Dayton, Ohio last night, indicated the 2024 presidential race may be about to begin.
I'm going to be making a very big announcement on Tuesday, November 15th at Mar-a-Lago in Palm Beach, Florida.
Our special election coverage begins tonight at 7, and 1010 Wins election coverage is sponsored by AARP New York. Get voting information you can trust at aarp.org/nyvotes. Cold start to this morning, then the rest of the 1010 Wins AccuWeather forecast goes like this. Mostly sunny, brisk, and chilly. High 56. The real feel staying mostly in the 40s. 47 degrees. Skies are clear. Humidity at 53. The winds are variable at 5. It is 47. We're going up to 56. The real feel at the moment, 43. There's an old movie theater on Bruckner Boulevard in the Bronx that Amazon has its eyes on, but it doesn't want to show movies there. It wants to turn the place into a major fulfillment center. Some people think it's a great idea. Not everybody agrees. Samantha Liebman reports this morning. Sam?
There are concerns about increased traffic and the desire for Amazon to contribute to the community in meaningful ways when they move into the former Whitestone Cinemas multiplex. Councilwoman Marjorie Velasquez represents that area of the Northeast Bronx.
There continues to be conversations and traffic studies to understand the impact of a warehouse like Amazon coming into the community.
The building in a largely industrial area has been vacant for about 10 years. Velasquez says if people have concerns, they should come and join the discussion. For those on the fence, she had this to say.
At the end of the day, would you rather an empty warehouse space, or would you rather an opportunity to let our community have additional jobs?
Samantha Liebman, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
They were all set to draw the numbers for the record-breaking $1.9 billion Powerball jackpot last night, but then came word that the drawing had to be delayed because one of the states participating in Powerball needed more time to process its sales. So Powerball's Laura Johnson made the announcement that the drawing would take place later today instead.
As always, the Powerball drawing will be supervised by Lottery Security and an independent auditing firm that will certify the official drawing results. So make sure you hold on to those tickets and check Powerball.com for the winning Powerball number results.
Which state screwed it up for everybody else? Powerball says it's none of our business. We'll have the winning numbers for you whenever they get around to drawing them. Nancy Pelosi says the hammer attack on her husband will influence her decision on whether to remain in Congress. She talked with CNN's Anderson Cooper.
I have to say my decision will be affected about what happened the last week or two.
Will your decision be impacted by the attack in any way?
Yes.
Also expected to have some impact, the strong likelihood that she would not be the Speaker of the House next year if, as expected, Republicans take control. An off-duty NYPD detective shot it out with a man in Rosedale, Queens this morning. It doesn't appear either of them were hit in this exchange of gunfire at 232nd Street and Lansing Avenue around 2:15 this morning. It started when the detective approached the man, who he believed to be armed. The man then wheeled around and opened fire, confirming that hunch, and the officer returned fire. The suspect then ran off. Cops say he was wearing a ski mask and a gray sweatshirt. They're still looking for him. Two fatal shootings in Brooklyn yesterday, two we know about. 35-year-old Eric Rentas was shot twice in front of 565 Euclid Avenue in East New York around 11:30 in the morning. He was dead at the scene. No word on who shot him or why. Then around 5 p.m., another 35-year-old man was shot and killed on Ridgewood Avenue in Cypress Hills. A witness says the killer chased the victim down a driveway before shooting him in the back. No ID, no motive, and no arrest in that case. 47 degrees, skies are clear, and we're going up to 56 in Midtown today. Now this, Fisher Center for Alzheimer's Research Foundation. Honor a loved one with a tribute donation at alzinfo.org/radio. A federal judge in Syracuse has put a temporary block on multiple sections of New York State's new concealed carry law designed to counter the U.S. Supreme Court ruling on concealed carry. Judge Glenn Sutterby ruled that the state can make it illegal to carry in Times Square, public playgrounds, libraries, nurseries, and preschools, but he said the state cannot do so at places of worship, public parks, theaters, bars, protests, zoos, and mental hospitals. The judge ruled that permit applicants should not be required to prove that they have good moral character, provide names and contact info for partners and roommates, or provide a list of their social media accounts for the last 3 years. The state attorney general's office says the judge's ruling is under review. A high-rise fire on the east side over the weekend has been traced to a lithium battery used in an e-bike, and Chief Fire Marshal Dan Flynn says it's not the first time one of those batteries has caused a serious fire in the city.
Just to put these lithium-ion battery fires into perspective, we've had more fires so far this year than the previous 3 years. We've had more fatalities this year than the previous 3 years combined, and we've had more injuries this year than the previous 3 years combined.
6 deaths and 139 injuries so far this year traced to those batteries. Flynn says they can explode and throw burning cells as far as 80 feet. So here are some e-bike battery safety tips. Don't use a battery that's been damaged by water or excess heat. Don't leave a battery charging unattended, and don't leave a battery by a bedroom door or exit door. The City Council has a hearing on e-bike battery safety set for next week. Wednesday news time, 7:11. Now traffic and transit on the ones from Karen Stewart.
All right, we're going to start with what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. The inbound Hollow Lake and Georgia are all hanging on to that 30-minute number. Over at the East River, if you have a choice, don't take the Queens Boulevard approach to the 59th Street Bridge. Just trust me on it. Take Northern Boulevard instead. That's starting to get a little bit heavy too, but right now the delay is shorter than Queens Boulevard. But, you know, if you're not there in the next couple of minutes, it's going to be pretty equal, so don't worry about it too much if you're a little bit away right now. The inbound Queens Midtown Tunnel has you jammed from Greenpoint Avenue, which isn't bad for this time of the morning. The LIE trip into the B2E right now starts all the way back at 188th Street, and it's one long, moderately heavy to really heavy ride there. Coming out of the Nassau County line, if you want to add that delay in, it comes back from Shelter Rock Road out into the Cross Island Parkway, and that northbound Cross Island Parkway accident that we have at Bayside Marina is still not cleared. I don't have an explanation for why it's not cleared yet, but we have delays that are going back quite a distance, enough from Hillside Avenue. A check of mass transit right now. We've got that PATH train Journal Square to 33rd via Hoboken line delay. Alternate side of the street parking rules and regulations, they are in effect. We are sponsored by the New York Waterway Ferry. And our next report is 7:21. I'm Karen Stewart, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
Want a better way to the city? Take the New York.
Well, there you have it, guys. The quick snippet of the news for November 8th, 2022. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey to record history for the ages, and we'll see you on the next video.